Hey party people, welcome back to MVM. And today I'm here with, well, you know what, before we do that, 45 to 60 minute games. Let me know what your favorites are in the comments below. The ones that you play after you play a big Euro, big campaign game, and you're looking for those thinky fillers to fill out your cart. I hate saying thinky fillers, but that's what that's what those are. It's a common gaming term, right? So enter this game that I bought at the end of 2020. This one is called Furnace. Now I bought it back when it was not here yet, and Arcane Wonders found it. And they're gonna bring it here, which is awesome because I get to tell you about this game because you can actually buy it very soon. So Arcane Wonders sent me this copy. They also sent me a playmat. This one has a couple different things that go on in there. The playmat is separate, by the way. And what is this game? It's actually set in the industrial age, and what you're doing is you're bidding over cards. It has a unique bidding system where you can be compensated for losing cards, and you can win cards and pull them and put them in your area. Now, the cards that you have in your player area, those will be the ones that you'll run your engine with each round over 4 rounds. As you generate coins, those coins are your points, and whoever has the most money at the end wins. It's that simple. I'm going to show you how it works, give you the little quirks on how what makes this game unique or not, and then you will get my final thoughts on this game. Just remember, this is a review copy, but party people, I give every game a fair shake and nobody's safe. You'll know my honest opinion at the end. So let's go ahead and go to our review of Furnace. So before we get started, I just want to cover something here. We're going to get capitalists in the beginning of the game, and Arcane Wonders has added these 2 African-American capitalists for you to choose from as well. And you're going to have different abilities on these. By the way, if you want to see a description of all these capitalists, I will leave links in the description below so you can get a little bit more idea of the history going on there. So you have these capitalists with different abilities. What they're going to do is change how you bid. Some of them will actually get an extra bid token. One will add +1 ability, +1 power to a token. Some will have production abilities. So some will convert resources differently. I'm going to leave it right there, but there's definitely a lot of choice that goes on in here, and they're really fun. So then you have your startup card. The startup card at the top has your starting resources. So I have coal and iron at the top of my card. Later on, you'll have compensation that goes on up here. And at the bottom are going to be the things that I do during production. One of these at the bottom will be faded out on other cards, and I'll show you that when we get to the actual gameplay. And then finally, you're going to have these bidding tokens right here. And these are the ones you're going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they will be placed on top of these cards. Hopefully you win the ones you want. Now, let's get to the table. All right, y'all, let's dig into it. So a round is made of auction phase, then we have our production phase, and then we have our end round where we replace everything and move the first player token. So we have our bidding tokens here, and we're going to be bidding on these cards here. And you can bid on any card you want, but there are 2 rules. 1, once you place a chip on here, you cannot place another chip on here that's yours. Second rule is a player cannot put the same number on there. The top number is 4. Once that 4 is on there, you know that that player is going to get that card. And that's all the rules there. So let's go ahead and start placing these. And you can place them in any order on any card. So let's see here. I am the first player, and this is where the intention comes. The first player is kind of deciding the beginning of where the round goes. So you may want to step in light like that. And the other player, and they'll go and they'll say, I don't like that. They like this because they see the production on the card. They say, oh, I like that. So what you're looking at is 2 things. You are looking at what chits people have on there, because you may want to lose the card, or you may want to win the card for its production at the bottom. This is the compensation where you can do some conversion or get resources, and then you have the production cards, which will be in your player area. So you definitely want those as well. I think player wants this real bad. They want that card real bad. Well, you know what? You can have that card because I'm going to take this. And that looks good to me. So then they are going to say, hey, I want to put some resources on there. All right, cool. So then they go, let's see, I want to basically win this card because it's going to allow me to convert some things. And then I am going to say, I definitely want to not win a card so I can get some more compensation. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put that on there. And then red says, no, I'm fed up. I'm good to go here. I'm going to get, no, I'm actually going to put this 2 on here because I need some of those resources. And then you're going to have, let's see, they're going to put a 2 on here. And then I will put a 4 on this card here. I'm going to get a lot of those resources. I think I want to convert them right away. And then 4, and this will never be your last all the time. You kind of want to get what you want, and I'm going to put this 4 on here. I don't know why just yet, but I'm just doing it for the heck of it. Let's see here. So they're going to put a 1 on here because it looks like they're going to be getting some good stuff out of that. All right, so then we go, and now we start basically getting the cards and compensating for the loser. So for example, I will win this card because a 2 is higher than a 1, but the compensation at the top is what you're going to get. So red will get these 2 resources times 1. So they will get these 2 coal here. And then I will get the card like that. And now I can use it for production. Nobody put anything on here, so white will win the card. There you go. Nice. Nice thing there for white. I will get this card because nobody has anything else on it. And then red will win the card, but I will get 2 coal because of this production up here. That's 2 times this 1 up here, so I would get 2. All right. And then red would get the card. And if you can't tell, I try to keep that last one on there. All right. And if I messed up, you want to make sure the white side is on there. So white side down here where there's little kind of blank areas here, but you can see the outlines. So white is going to receive this card, but not before. Red is going to receive 2 of these irons, and I'm going to receive 3 of the iron. 1, 2, 3. Yay. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm not going to hold you. We're going to take a look at the production. I'll finish this up. So now we're in the production phase, and we're just going to trigger our cards, a little bit of engine building here. This gets that, that gets this. But I want to pay attention. I do have an ability over here. It says you may spend 2 of my coal. You can spend 2 of the coal to resolve one of my cards again. So I could do something twice. I may end up doing that, but pay attention to that. So now I'm going to resolve these cards top to bottom, not paying attention to those. So there's this one right here I can't do because those are see-through. I have to upgrade the card. I'll start by triggering this 1 time. I can spin one of these to get a, I can spin one of those to get an upgrade token. I might want to do that again, but we'll move on. We have another upgrade token here. I can turn in 2 coal I can turn in 2 coal for 2 money, and I could do that twice, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to do this with the coal to upgrade a card, and I'm going to do that once like this, and then I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that twice, actually. Let's do that twice. So we got 1 coal, so I'll do that to upgrade this one like that. Okay? And I could switch the order, anything like that. I could do all that, but I'm not. And that's going to be this card. Now, if I had an upgrade token left, I could turn it in and get 5 money. We want money, but I'm not going to get it for right now. So I have 3 of these right here. And that's going to be this card. And then finally, I can turn in 1 coal to get an oil. And then I also have the ability to turn in 3 times a stone and an iron 3 times, and I'll get 4 points for each. Okay, so then I'll get a total of 12. I'm going to grab some of this money I have over here on the side. 3, that's 12, total of 12, and these all go away. I'm going to slide them off to the side, and I got my oil, and I got 12 money. And that is a production round. After that, I would take my first player token, pass it off to my partner over there on the left. I move this down here to 2, so you know it's second round, and you just kind of slide this thing over for each round like so, like that. And then now, that is the end of a round. So that's a basic overview of the game. Let's go ahead and get to my review of the game so you know my final thoughts on it. All right, party people, final thoughts here. And I'm going to start with the big negative. This game is too short. And it's too short kind of in a good way and kind of in a bad way. But I'm going to start with the bad way. It's because you don't get the cards you want. And I hate to say get good, but this game can be very cutthroat to the point where it turns you off. And it's had me in games where I just was bored out of my mind and like I wanted to quit, because you can create a runaway leader, and you can create a runaway leader by not winning cards. And then you got 3-4 cards and it's round 2 and you don't feel like you've got enough to do anything. The cards aren't making sense. And that's because maybe the resources that you need most, like you invested in oil cards a lot. Well, guess what? You're not triggering the oil engine that gives you enough money. And then by the 3rd round, you're just like, I'm getting my butt kicked. I don't really want to play the rest of this game, because it doesn't feel like you're going to win. There's nothing worse than, maybe trying to win a card. You can play your 4 and win a card, but then if you play a 3 and somebody takes your card, you had every bit of plan to get that card. And the compensation doesn't really make you feel good, and therefore you lose the game by a landslide. And that stinks. I really want to emphasize that. And the game's only 4 rounds, so you barely have any time to recover. Yeah, it hurts. But everything about this game is also awesome. I do like the characters in this game. The upgrades, the abilities that they have, they feel good and they all give you an advantage, so you have to play to those advantages. You have to. You also have this tension from the first player marker. It builds tension. Whoever's first, they got to give up some info. And the info is what do you really want to do? What card do you really want to have? Are you going to limp in, or are you going to go all in on a card? We want to know, first player. And with that, the bidding tension comes, because now everybody knows what's going on in the rules, and they're deciding which, do I want to put out a 3 there because I want to win the card, or do I want all the compensation on the card? And when somebody puts a 4 down, you're like, do I want the compensation on that card? So I'll just throw a 3 on there. Boom. Nobody else can throw a 3 on there, so I'm good to go. And that's a good feeling overall, if it all works out, right? If it all works out, it's just a great feeling. And also engine building, which is something I love. I just love engine building, so I should let you know that. And this one does this really well, as long as you get the cards that you want, or you feel like you've built up a decent one. And it has to be quick, right? But I love engine building. This does this very well. Honestly, this is a go-to filler game. This is one of our favored game night games for that 45 to 60 minutes there. Goes amongst those that I kind of keep right here behind me so I can grab it right away, because it's absolutely fun and you get better at condensing the time for it as well. I can highly recommend this game. I'm going to give it an 8. And once again, like I said, go to game night filler. You can decide if this kind of engine building and bidding system is for you, or if it's too high on the player interaction. I'll leave that up to you. But for me, I love that kind of stuff, and that's why I love Furnace. All right, party people. Well, thank you to Arcane Wonders for sending me this game. I'd like to thank you for your time. And please answer that question in the comments below, because I do want to know what your go-to 45 to 60 minute fillers are. And with that, party people, you take care and have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on MVM.